would you be able to light your injury that you had and how it enlightened your broadcasting and opened that door?
Yeah, so my injury was something that stopped me in my tracks quite literally. I had a spondylolisthesis, which 20% of the world's population have, but 20% of the world's population don't drive cars around in a circle hitting brick walls at high speed. So once I did that, my lumbar spine effectively crumbled away where the bone hadn't formed properly, and there was no bony union between L4, L5 and S1. So I had to have reconstructive spinal surgery, metal framework put in, bone grafts from my pelvis. And it was a really difficult time because you almost, because of the invasive nature of the surgery, you almost have to not learn to do everything again, but just simple things like activating your hip flexors or your glutes or walking up the stairs, you can't do. And the rehabilitation time was really mentally draining and very, very difficult. And at that stage in my life, I donated everything into one pot, and that was to try and be a professional racing driver. And I was well on the way to doing that. And so to have that snatched away and the realization that I was going to have to rethink what it was that I wanted to do was really challenging. So people always talk about the physical aspect of the injury, but I would say the mental journey was the hardest element. And I do a lot of work now with athletes or whoever it is, police officers, who have had catastrophic injuries and are moving through the rehabilitation processes and may or may not return back into the environment that they were once in, because that's a really difficult journey. But the opportunity to commentate came along, and it wasn't immediate, because if I wasn't going to drive, I had like a petulant and emotional reaction to the point that I didn't want to be around the sport. I found it really hard to go and watch my friends doing something that I wanted to do and I could no longer do. So it's a bit like having a relationship. You see that the person that you love with someone else is really difficult. So that's my little analogy. So initially I went to work for Getty Images. And I did some work at Getty Images and realized that a 9-to-5 job was quite difficult and and maybe not something that I wanted to do. So I came back to motorsport with my tail between my legs, and I was very lucky to get an opportunity to commentate, and that opportunity has been really kind to me, and I'll be forever grateful to Simon Reed who gave me that opportunity.